The downswing is one of the most complex motions in all of sports. And unfortunately for most people, they will spend their entire lives trying to figure out how to do it properly. Guess what? I have a simple drill for you today that's going to teach you how to do it properly, and it's going to involve you trying to break the shaft in half. Now you're probably wondering what that means. Well, do yourself a favor. Let's keep watching, hit subscribe, and let's get ready to learn. Snap the shaft. What does that even mean? Well, guess what? Before we even get to the drill, let's spend about a minute or two figuring out how do we set ourselves up to successfully make the proper sequence on the way down. Two things you're going to need. Number one, you're going to need some length to your swing. So I need you to make sure you've got a little bit of arc width, some length here. I need the arms to be pretty long because guess what? If the arms are short, what you're going to find is you're going to constantly be down across the golf ball. It's not going to be very effective if we do the drill and you've got crummy arms that bend and fold. So do yourself a favor, maybe watch my video on the long arms and how to do that. Number two, you need to have a little bit of depth built into your swing. So from a down the line camera angle, what I need is the hands working inward from the target line. So if my hands start here at address, I need them to work in, up, and around. If you have some depth and you have some length and some arc width to your backswing, you now can actually achieve the proper downswing sequence. You are set up to do it properly. So let's talk about what the sequence is and how do we snap the shaft.
All right, so now that you've got your backswing in check, we can finally start working on the actual drill you came here for, the snap the shaft drill. Now, I bet you've never seen this before, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your club in your lead hand, and then your trail hand's gonna go down here on the shaft. And we're just gonna dive right into it. So I want you to make some backswings with that split grip. You should, when you make the backswing, have a long lead arm and you should have some depth from a down the line camera angle. And this drill is gonna be very simple. You're gonna push into your lead side. So your weight's gonna get to that lead foot. And as you do that, your hands and arms are also gonna work down the most, and you're gonna do it hard. You're gonna do it very aggressively. So we're gonna go forward and down and stop the club there. Forward and down, stop the club. Forward and down, stop the club. I want you to feel like you are gonna snap the shaft off right here in your trail hand. Now, the reason we are doing that is twofold. When we get the arms and hands to work more down, path stays in to out. Not a ton, but it still stays in to out. Most of the time when I see a poor sequence, I see the arms and hands work out the most, I see us rotate the most, and I see the most amount of left to right curvature on golf balls. With that said, I also need to see our weight and our pressure moving the most forward for the longest. What I normally see from golfers on my tee box is that they don't move the pressure and their weight far enough forward to create a low point that's far enough forward to strike the ball well. So when you do this drill, the emphasis needs to be on moving the arms and hands down and all of your weight onto that lead foot and feeling like you are so on top of that golf ball, you're going to jam the club directly into the ground. And that is a good thing because guess what? Just like you would if you were playing basketball, you're going to run, get a rebound, you're going to push down, and then you're going to propel yourself up as hard as you can, right? So in a golf swing, I need you to feel like you go all the way down. You're going, oh no, I'm going to smother this golf ball. But guess what? I know how to fix it. I'm going to push back off the ground. That is what actually happens in a golf swing that's powerful and where the low point is far enough forward. So what I want you to do is I want you to make some practice swings, take the club back, and get forward and down, forward and down, forward and down. From right here, how are we going to hit the golf ball? Press up off the ground, catapult yourself up into the air. Now, it might be a little bit ridiculous at first, right? Because you're going to overdo it a bunch. But at some point, I need you to smooth it out. So what if we did it a couple times here? Forward and down. Oh man, that's going to be a tough one. Let's see if we can push off the ground to hit it. Oh my God, that one was a little thin. It's about 28 degrees here. That one stung quite a bit, but guess what? Golf's hard, right? So we need to keep working on it. Let's maybe go a little less aggressive. Here we go. Backswing, downswing, push up. Okay, that was a little more centered on the face. That one didn't feel as terrible. I need you working on that. You can do these drills at home, right? You can snap the shaft at home with like a hybrid or a wood. You'll really see the bow of the shaft from the face on view. I need you working on that because I need you moving far enough forward, the longest, to be able to then push up off the ground to hit golf shots. So typically what I see, like I mentioned, the arms work the most out. And then we have to fix that by pushing off the ground too early. Most people never get into the ground long enough to be successful. So your job is to take this drill, work on it. It's kind of like a pump drill, but it's kind of an accelerated pump drill, right? It's not quite the Faldo pump drill, but I want you to make the downswing by pumping, getting the handle of the club low to the ground, you getting into that lead side. And from here, trying to figure out how do I push off the ground to not smother it, right? So if I just stayed low, I would just keep beating the mat, but I want to stay low and I want to push up off the ground. And that's how I want you to do the break the shaft drill. If you can do that, you're going to be a world-class ball striker. And I think you're going to be much, much better at golf. So do yourself a favor, practice this, break the shaft, and when you're ready, push back up off the ground. So if you like that tip, go ahead and subscribe below, take a look at some of these other videos, and we'll see you next week.